Say hi, Bourbon Quest. It's Q. It's day 5. Day 5, Q. It's the advent calendar. Say hi, Bourbon Quest. Alright. You didn't like these other ones. I don't know why. Alright, so day 5 here for the advent calendar. And we're going to do, what do we have? Oh, yeah, batch 8 is great. So it is Bardstown Bourbon Company Discovery Series, batch 8, 114.1 proof. I'm not going to go through all the details. If you want to go back, and I did this video probably like a couple months ago when I picked it up at the distillery. I was actually camping out for the Bardstown Chateau de la Baude. It might make an appearance during the advent calendar. We'll see. But I also picked up the batch 8, which is freaking great. Because batch 3 was my #1 bourbon of the year for 2020, and since then 4, 5, 6, and 7 have been good. They've not been great, but batch 8 is great again. And I've also heard good things about batch 9, which hopefully we'll pick up soon. But we're going to get into the whiskey in just a moment. But it is day 5, so we've got Q's advent calendar from Trader Joe's. So Q, let's find day 5 on here. Let's see here. We got, oh, there it is. Look, day 5. See, look here. I got day 5 for you. If I can get it out. Hold on. Let's try it. Okay. I think this is day 5, and the last 4, at least on appearance, look like the same damn treat. Which none has he. Maybe you like that one? I haven't even opened it yet. It's the same damn shit. You like, for some reason you think you like this one better. Oops, sorry, Q. Look, they're right here. Did you get that one? I'm a little disappointed in this advent calendar so far. I don't know what Q's opinion is on it, but they've not. It seems like it's been the same damn treat each time. You like this one? Do you want to try it? Damn it, I'm losing them everywhere. It doesn't fucking matter. Alright, they're here if you want them, Q. You're being good, buddy. Love you. Alright. Let's get into the Discovery 8. So we're going to pour this in here. And this is going to be, so you want to stay tuned. If you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe. And then ring that bell for notification. That way you don't miss a damn thing here on Bourbon Quest. Spoiler alert, I don't know how it will do, but this will be in right after Christmas. We'll be doing several blind flights to get down to like, I don't know, 12 to 15 bottles, because we'll start off with probably like 20 to 25. We'll blind flight them to get down to probably like 12 to 15, and then those 12 or 15 will be blinded and scored to come up with our Bourbon Quest Whiskey of the Year. Let's see what Q thinks. You know, I'm gonna give you a little, if you want a little nibble. You want a little nibble of the whiskey? You don't like whiskey? You will. You're still early on, buddy. Alright. Oh, yeah. Man, just deep, dark, rich notes of chocolate, caramel, vanilla, creme brulee, like a little bit of oatmeal on that as well. That's interesting. But no, I mean, the color on this is fantastic. Great legs. I mean, the proof on this noses really well. I'm going to guess, because before I look at it, I'm going to say it's right around 114.2. Damn it! I almost nailed it. It's 114.1. I was 0.1 off on that. That's pretty damn impressive. It is a signed bottle, because I got this at the distillery with Steve Neely. I hope I pronounced that right. But no, the nose is freaking fantastic. I was actually talking to a lady today at the liquor store, and she was buying a couple things for some old fashioned. Then she wanted to buy, I think it was something for her husband for a job promotion he got or whatever. And she was like, yeah, somewhere around maybe $150 range. I'm like, well, this is 130, 140. We'll just call it 140. And batch 8 is great. She picked it up, told her the story, you know. And you do want to know, I'm not going through it tonight because this is supposed to be a quick, easy video. It does give you on the side there the 4 different like blends or mash bills, if you will. But then you want to also scan the QR code, because there's like a 4 or 5 stave finish that it gives you information about. But this is the best since batch 3. I don't know if it's as good as batch 3, because that was my whiskey of the year for 2020. And we'll see where this finish. It might not even be whiskey of the year, because there's at least 2 or 3 top contenders. This being one of them. I won't reveal what the other 2 or 3 I think are. But I feel like overall this year's been a little disappointing. Yeah, I think it's been disappointing, for other than 2 or 3 superb hitters, this being one of them. But I think the year as a whole, 2022's been a down year, at least over the last 2 that I've been doing my Bourbon Quest. You want to take a sip? You want to take a sniff? Oh, the nose is great. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. You know what? Wow. It's still really good, still very interesting, very complex, lots of flavors and things competing in this. I must say, I don't know if it's quite as good as I remember on the last time I had this. But yeah, you get those deep dark chocolate, dark fruits, berries. The nose is great. The color's great. Let's go back to the palate. Man. Wow. I don't think it's as great as I initially thought it was. Like, and that part of that is me not being a huge rye guy. But I don't remember it being this heavy on the rye the last time I had this. But that ryeness is really coming through tonight. And let's see why that is, because it's 66% corn, 12 year, and it's 78%. The mash bill on it is 78% corn. Okay, 19% rye. Is that right? Or is that 10? No, it's 10% rye. 78% corn, 10% rye, 12% malted barley. Okay, that's not enough rye to make a difference. And then the India, oh, that's what it is. That's what's coming through. Is the 17% Indiana is 7 year, and it's 45% corn, 51% rye, and 4% malted barley. Of course, that's why that's really surprising, because there's 11% Ontario Canada in here, 12-year-old 100% corn whiskey, which you would think it would help mellow that rye down. Oh, that's the other thing. That's what it is. And then it's only 6% Indiana 6-year-old 95% rye. Yeah, that's what's, even though it's only 6% at 95% rye, that 11% Canadian whiskey 100% corn is not enough to bring it down. So, wow. That's the funny thing. If you look at the last video, I was ready to completely trash Old Ezra, which to some degree I still did, because it's not worth $70 that I paid for it. It's probably worth more like 50 to 60, even though I can think of a half a dozen stuff I would rather pay for it. But if you watched yesterday's video, it was better than I last remembered it. And this is just the opposite, because I was highlighting this as a top contender for whiskey of the year, and it still may be. Although now I would take the under on that, but just because, if you know me, I'm not a huge rye guy, and I didn't get this much rye on it the first time and even the last time that I had that. But I mean, there's a couple more weeks out before it'll be blinded in whiskey of the year, but this comes off a lot, not so much on the nose, but man, on the palate, yeah, that high ryeness really is coming through on there. While it's not bad, it's just not my jam. That's one of the more surprising things. This is not gotten better with airtime, because I thought there's no way this is beating Batch 3, my whiskey of the year for 2020. Because, man, I'll save that for another day. Although I would, if I didn't have to be up early in the morning and stuff, I'd like to try this against Batch 3, because I thought this would be a contender for whiskey of the year this year, and then it still is probably the best, although now I'm even down that. It's definitely the best since Batch 3. Although a lot of people, I'm getting really confused now. But I didn't think it was good as Batch 3, but I thought it was still worthy to be whiskey of the year. Or at least a, top, I first thought at least a top 3 contender. Definitely a top 5. Now I even doubt that. At least for me, because I'm not a huge rye guy. But then it doesn't come off as a huge rye on the nose. Well, there's a little bit more there now, but not a ton more. And then, but yeah, the palate. Interesting. Yeah, not anywhere what I remembered from the last 2 pours I had of this. That's not somewhat disappointing. That's really disappointing. So let me know what you think, Bourbon Quest. Also, if you haven't subscribed, if you've watched it this long, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That helps the channel out. Do yourself a favor. Ring that bell for notifications. That way you don't miss a damn thing here on Bourbon Quest. Leave a comment. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Bardstown Discovery Series. Obviously, Batch 3, as I've already mentioned, was phenomenal. And while 4, 5, 6, and 7 were good, I didn't think they were great. And then I did actually, the last 2 times, think that this was great, and now I'm questioning that. So yeah, smash that like button. That helps get it out to more channels or viewers, whatever. But also leave me a comment. There's been plenty of times that I've had initial pours that I haven't liked, and then liked them more over time as they opened up and got some airtime. This is one of the rare exceptions that I thought a bottle was great. I still think it's good. It's just not my jam or profile. That has gotten worse, in my opinion, at this point over time. But that's one of the things I love about bourbon and whiskey and stuff, is like things change. Well, number one, the whiskey changes, and then also you change. Your palate changes over time, and then the whiskey changes over time, and it's just interesting that sometimes that something that you initially and even secondly thought was great, now you question. And then other things like the Old Ezra that I did yesterday, which I still think is way overpriced and overvalued, was at least much better than I initially gave it credit for. So that's one of the things I love about you, about me, and about whiskey is I change, you change, it changes, we all change, and everyone's palate's different. But that's why I got on a rant yesterday too about that Weller Foolproof. Is it good? Is it worth a fucking $165 that they were did at MC's here in Knoxville? No. But I also get the counter argument and can understand where those people that made the argument are coming from, is that they're willing to pay $165 as opposed to camping out 5 hours or 6 hours overnight because their time is more valuable and they just rather pay the money. If you're in that situation and you're okay with that, I get that. I mean, I think that's a reasonable argument. I'm just not going to do it. Although I still think my time is valuable as well, but I'm still not going to pay 100% over MSRP. I'm just not. I don't mind paying a 20-30% premium for allocated stuff, and then again, as I mentioned yesterday, when I've done Weller Blind, of the 4 mainstays that you can get your hands on, outside of the only 2 I don't have is CYPB and Weller Single Barrel. But when I did the other 4 blind, I actually chose Special Reserve. So